Hello and welcome back. This is Darren Hardy, publisher of Success Magazine. I promised you in the last video that I would explain how the process of goal setting, and far more importantly, the process of goal achieving, actually works. This is the mystery of the quote-unquote secret revealed. This is how the law of attraction really works. And it's not some mysterious esoteric voodoo, as it sometimes sounds like, or as it's sometimes described. It is far simpler and more practical than that. You see and experience and get what you look for. If you don't know what to look for, you certainly won't get it. I could end there, but let me explain a little further so your rational brain can finally say, I get it. Although the difference in your results seem like magic, there really is no magic to this at all. By our very nature, we are goal-seeking creatures. Your brain is always trying to align your outer world with what you are seeing and expecting in your inner world. What you instruct your brain to look for, the things you want, you will begin to see them. In fact, the object of your desire has probably always existed all around you, but your mind and your eyes weren't open to it. You see, we are surrounded with billions of sensory, visual, audio, physical inputs of information each day. To keep ourselves from going insane, we ignore 99.9% of them. You only really see, hear, or experience those you focus your mind on. Does that make sense? It's not mysterious at all. It's actually quite logical. Now, whatever your mind is thinking on the inside is what it will pay attention to in the space of the 99% of everything else and all of a sudden see it. Did you ever start car shopping and then started to see the model and make of the car you were shopping for everywhere? Seems like there are a ton of them on the streets all of a sudden. More likely they have been there all along, but you weren't paying attention to them, thus they didn't really exist to you before. Here's another example. Take this simple test. In the room that you're sitting in right now, count the number of red items that you see. Take 5 seconds and count as many as you can. Go. How many items did you count? Now, without looking, eyes closed, how many items in the room do you remember that were blue? You probably can't recall many at all. Now open your eyes and focus on all the blue items that you see around the room, and you'll probably see a lot more than you remembered. Why? Because the first time you weren't looking for them. Thus, you didn't see them. In your first reality, they didn't really exist at all. So, when you define your goals, you give your brain something to focus on and look for. You give your mind a new set of eyes to all of a sudden see all the people, circumstances, conversations, resources, ideas, creativity, and otherwise so it can go about matching up on the outside with what you want on the inside, your goal. It's that simple. But the difference in how you see, experience, and draw ideas, people, and experiences into your life after you have clearly defined your goals is profound. Having goals gives you vision. I told you the story of the legend of David in a blog a couple of weeks ago. I'll remind you about it here. Legend has it that there was a block of marble back in the 1400s that was cast aside, seen as flawed, being deemed too long and narrow to be useful for sculpture. It laid there useless for 40 years until 1501, when looked upon by a 20-something young man by the name of Michelangelo. Inside this formless mass of marble, the young Michelangelo saw the heroic beauty, grace, and wonder of a man who would become known as David. Michelangelo famously said, "I already saw David inside. I only had to release him by chipping away at the marble that trapped him in." Pre-sketched goals gives you that kind of vision. Additionally, goals give you direction. Having a goal fixed on the horizon gives you something to navigate towards. Here's an example. 3 boys are out hiking and they come to an open field. They decide to have a contest to see who could walk the straightest line. The first 2 boys studied each step, carefully putting one foot in front of the other. When they looked up, they could see that they had zigzagged or arched off in one direction or the other. The 3rd boy walked a perfectly straight line and did it with much more speed. How did he do it? He kept his eyes focused on a single tree in the distance and simply walked directly toward it. While most people may be paying attention to what they are doing or where they are going day to day, It is only when you have goals set out on the horizon that you can directly and expeditiously advance your life in that direction. Maybe you've set goals for yourself before and they didn't work. Or maybe you didn't work. There are 5 big reasons why most goal-setting attempts fail. Let's go through them quickly. 1. Your goals are nothing but a wish list. Goal achieving is not simply the act of writing down a wish list and sending it off to the North Pole, expecting some magical character with an army of elves to work tirelessly to materialize your goals as you sleep peacefully with sweet visions of sugar plum fairies dancing in your head. You cannot simply write down a list of wants on New Year's Day, stick it in a drawer for the rest of the year, and wait around for your life to change. Here's number 2. You have dirty goals, meaning your goals are as clear as mud. Your goals have to be crystal clear. You have to give clear instructions to your brain in order for it to see and draw into your sights what you need to accomplish your goals. Just like the combination on a lock, the digits in a phone number, or an ATM code. If it's off by only 1 digit, it won't work. Number 3, your goals are hot. Hot air, that is. Proclaiming your goals is just the starting point. You can't proclaim that you are going to the moon. You better have a very detailed and effective plan on how you're going to do it. Now you have to actually draw a map on exactly how you're going to get there and define the resources you'll need to arrive safely. Number 4, you have no Houston or management and control system. Launching is one thing, but then you need a reliable management and operating system that will keep you on track, continually measure your progress, and monitor through your journey through the unknown. This is critical. Tons of people start. They start diets, they buy books, they sign up for new businesses or gym memberships, they begin new date night routines, etc. Starting is not most people's problem. Staying, continuing, and finishing is. That is where having a management system to help see your goals through is what's critical. It's what separates the dreamers from those who end up living their dreams. Okay, here's number 5. Lack of reinforcements, the support and guidance of people and resources that you will need all along the way. In the next video, I will show you how I can guide you through all the potential pitfalls to ensure that you have precisely the formula for achieving the boldest goals and the wildest ambitions that you can dream up. I want to show you how on December 31st, you can look yourself in the mirror and say goodbye to your old self. Life will never be the same again starting right now. You can alert your tailor, your CPA, your banker, your spouse, your kids, maybe your therapist. If you want to add a little drama to it, you could do it Reggie Hammond style, as played by Eddie Murphy in the movie 48 Hours when he declared, "I want the rest of you cowboys to know something. There's a new sheriff in town and his name is Reggie Hammond. Y'all be cool. Right on." Are you up for the challenge? One that can radically revolutionize your life in a manner you never before thought possible? If you're serious and ready to commit to a process, I will show you. I will promise it will be one of the most important decisions you will ever make for your life's success. I can personally testify to this. And I'll see you back here next week.